Oh, hello, fellow YouTubers, truth seekers, and Mandela affected. I'm Darkwolf, and this is Darkwolf's Den. I'm so glad everybody decided to stop by the den today. I really appreciate all of you taking the time to watch this. It really means a lot. So I hope you enjoy it, and I hope maybe you learn something out of it. You kind of caught me trying to learn something. I was catching up on some mysteries. You know, here at the den, we love the mysteries. One of them that's really intrigued me from the very beginning is a place where a very anomalous place on the earth where odd things happen. What kind of odd things? Well, things disappear. Not just your keys. No, much worse than that. Whole ships and planes and boats and people. Yes, people, just by the dozens and the hundreds disappear. What am I talking about? Well, if you haven't figured it out by now, we're talking about the Bermuda Triangle. This is a place between Puerto Rico, Bermuda, and Miami in Florida. And it's a swath of land, or ocean, I should say, that it's very weird. We have all kind of anomalies come out of it, magnetic anomalies, compass anomalies, ships disappearing, people disappearing, and we'll get into a couple of those as we go along. For instance, the earliest case we have is in 1492. Christopher Columbus reported strange lights and reported also strange compass readings, which, as I mentioned, we have a lot here in the triangle. On December 4th, 1872, the Mary Celeste, also known as the Ghost Ship, was found without a single soul on board while she was still sailing. She was located off the coast of Portugal, heading toward the Straits of Gibraltar. There was no reason for this, for the weather was fine, and her crew was very experienced and had no reason to abandon ship. And as if that wasn't enough, even the U.S. Navy believes in the power of the triangle. You see, in 1918, the U.S. Navy had its biggest loss of personnel in a non-combat incident. On March 4th, the USS Cyclops set sail and was scheduled to reach Baltimore on March 13th. However, it would never be seen or heard from again. When it didn't reach the port, they sent out a massive rescue effort, which was never successful in locating any remains of the USS Cyclops. Although a 1,500-page report was released by the Navy, which was full of speculation, however, none of the theories matched any of the evidence presented at the time. Next, we have the case of the Ellen Austin. And on its voyage in 1881, it came across another ship that was sailing without a single soul on board, a ghost ship, if you will. The Ellen Austin transferred some of its crew onto the other ship and attempted to sail with it to New York. The other ship suddenly disappeared. Later it reappeared, but again without a person on board, then disappeared again without a trace. As if that isn't odd enough, but wait, there's more. 1921, the Carroll A. Deering. This was a 5-masted commercial schooner, as you see here, built to carry cargo. On January 31st, 1921, while returning home to Maine from Rio de Janeiro of Brazil, it was found wrecked at Diamond Shoals, located off Cape Hatteras in North Carolina. While the ship was quite intact, all crew members vanished and were never heard from again. Then, if that wasn't awful enough, this one's kind of funny. 1941, the USS Proteus and the USS Nereus. These were the sister ships of the USS Cyclops that had vanished in the Bermuda Triangle. They also vanished in the Bermuda Triangle. Wow. All right. Moving along. Next we have Flight 19. This is a very famous case. These were training bombers of the U.S. Navy. This is twice the Navy's lost things in the triangle. You think they would quit going there, huh? They went missing on December 5th, 1945 while flying over the Atlantic. They were scheduled to go due east from Florida Naval Base for 120 miles, then north for 73, and then get back over a final 120-mile route that would return them to the naval base. Strangely, they never came back. And what's even crazier is that, there's been speculated that these guys went off course, and I will put my own 2 cents in here. There's been a lot of evidence to suggest these guys just went the wrong way and got confused by the islands they were looking at, which is possible. Over a lot of ocean and stuff, it's really easy to get lost and disoriented. However, even if you discount this fact, check this out, guys. The plane sent to catch them, the Martin Mariner, also disappeared without a trace, without ever finding Flight 19 or coming back also. So, even if you discount Flight 19, the plane sent to find them in the triangle also vanished. Not good. Then we have next the 1948 Tudor Star Tiger. This is a picture of a Tudor Mark IV aircraft that disappeared in the Bermuda Triangle. This isn't the one that disappeared, I don't think. If it did, it got a picture beforehand. At least that didn't disappear, eh? Alright, anyway. The Mark IV disappeared shortly before it was to land in the Bermuda airport in January 1948. So they had contact with the tower and everything and just vanished. Gone without a trace. And yet in 1948 also, Flight DC-3 disappears. The Flight Douglas DC-3 NC16002 disappeared in Bermuda Triangle when it was only 50 miles south of Florida and about to land in Miami on December 28th, 1948. So this thing was, again, contacting the tower, was about to land, and poof, gone. Never to be heard from again. But wait, there's more. In 1954, Flight 441, a Super Constellation naval airliner, disappeared in the Bermuda Triangle on October 30th. And then, in 1963, the Marine Sulphur Queen, the 524-foot carrier of a molten sulfur, started sail in Beaumont, Texas with 39 crew. It was reported last in Florida Straits on February 4th. But it's not just ships that get lost in here. Oh no. The Sting 27, a U.S. Air Force Phantom jet, as we see pictured here, vanished completely without a trace. Official reports indicated it may have suffered an impact, but details were never actually revealed. So there was no proof it actually impacted anything, it just disappeared. Then we have the Sylvia. The Sylvia L. Osa, a 590-foot ore carrier with a crew of 37, disappeared again just 140 miles off the coast of Bermuda. Next we have the pilot of the Grumman Cougar jet that made a routine request to increase altitude. While ascending, the aircraft gradually faded from radar and vanished. For years, science has tried to no avail to answer the question as to what's going on in the Bermuda Triangle, and haven't had much luck at all. And I gave up the research on this years ago because there was never any new information that came out. However, upon somebody requesting me to look into it, a coworker of mine, I did, and I was amazed at what I found next. You see, in 2014, there was some satellite imagery done over the Bermuda Triangle. And these images right here are exactly what they found. They found hexagon honeycomb style shapes in the clouds. Now, for those who don't know, this is not a natural formation. Nature does not do straight lines in right angles, or 60-degree angles as the case may be here. So, what in the world is going on with hexagons in the clouds? And I asked myself, have I heard of this before? And I did some research, and it dawned on me I have. Somewhere else in our solar system, there's a hexagon-shaped cloud on the pole of a planet. It's Neptune. On the south pole of Neptune, there's a great big hexagon-shaped cloud. Science says that this is a big storm. I beg to differ, but I'm not a scientist, am I? And I don't know what data they're going on. I'm assuming they're doing the same thing we're doing and just making presumptions. Based on what data, I don't know. But I do find it odd that we've got a hexagon-shaped cloud on the Bermuda Triangle. And then we've got one on Neptune. And I know some of you are going, wait, that's not the planet I expected. No, here's the planet you expected. This is Saturn. For all those who were waiting on it, here is Saturn. At the North Pole of Saturn, there's yet again a perfect hexagonal cloud formation. As you see, the top is taken from Cassini. This is an animated image of the cloud formation. Science says the jet stream going around this planet is causing this, interesting formation. However, I negate to believe this because, again, nature doesn't do straight lines, and it doesn't do perfect geometric shapes like the hexagon. This is just not something you find in nature, not naturally. So we have the Bermuda Triangle, we have Neptune, and we have Saturn, all showing these hexagons at the top of the poles. And it really makes you wonder why. Well, the Bermuda Triangle isn't at a pole, but could that explain the magnetic anomalies? Could that explain why there's odd compass reading? Could it be a magnetic anomaly in the Bermuda Triangle? Could something underneath the water be having such a magnetic pole pull that it creates an anomalous behavior and makes radar and odd things act strange? Could it be doing even more than that? There are some conspiracy theorists that say that it's ripping holes in reality right there in that spot. That's a dimensional tear, a portal, if you will. Maybe people go in the portal accidentally and never come back. Maybe they never know they left. We don't know. This is all speculation. But I would like to know what you guys think of this, because this new bit of evidence really confuses me even more. What could the hexagons mean? And why do we find them not only in the triangle, but on other planets in our solar system and always at the poles of the planets? Well, you guys, I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it's been something to think about. Let me know in the comments what you think. I hope they don't shut us out too soon. Oh no, they are. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks again. Bye, everybody.